knows?
No, you're 120% dictator.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
We don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room and you return the favor.
Gonorrhea. No. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge their phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to fall in line with their emotions. That's not... look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian baggage coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you got to fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
What's up, you sons of bitches? Terrence Popp here with another episode of Live from the Lair. All right, and tonight we're going to be covering a subject which, in my opinion, is very important because it hit pretty close to home. As everyone who watches the show in the regular, one of my best friends, I consider my older brother, passed away about a year and a half-ish ago. From complications of bionic Tourette's of the elbow, double fisting. When he died, he was 608 pounds-ish, and I just watched it destroy him very slowly over many years. Now, I did everything in my power to help him out, but it is what it is. And let's face it, food is yet another drug, and some people, literally cannot put it down in the, terrible quantities. Yeah. So, all right, now. I myself have had some weight issues, i.e., the fat punisher, and it led to some pretty. I wouldn't say it's a terrible diagnosis, but it was an eye opener. They basically, it was about 2.5 years ago. They say, "Man, you got a fatty liver." And I had been losing weight and all of that shit. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm almost down to my target weight. I would think I was 210 at that time. And the doctor's like, well, do you like to eat a lot of sugar and carbs? And I have a sweet tooth. And I'm like, well, I've been known to sit down and eat a whole log of cookie dough from time to time. And my friends have said they can hear me getting fatter. Of course, the doctor was laughing, but it wasn't a laughing matter. And then we got down to my alcohol issues, because normally I used to drink just to sleep. And it used to go from a shot here or there to 2 to 3 to 4. And it got to the point where I was literally rolling through anywhere between 5 and 10 to 12 units of alcohol a day. I was literally rolling through a fifth of the hard stuff every 2 to 4 days. And apparently that was the Malachi Crunch, if you're old enough to know what that is, or we shall use a different example. Let's just say my liver was the quarterback and I got hit from both linebackers, one high, one low. One was fructose, sugar, and the other was alcohol. And they sacked my liver, and I am playing catch up as we speak. We've heard over the past 4 or 5 years the term beauty at any size, healthy at any size. That is a lie. Why that's being pushed, other than the fact that some people get their feelings hurt when you tell them the truth, I have a feeling they're pushing that because they want yet more people to eat themselves off the planet, because there are too many of us right now. All right, now it's Thursday. Blake is doing a family event. He's not here. We've got a old favorite on standby, Red Pill Rhino. And we've got Evil Shaggy in the background, flipping switches. And we have Digital Dave in the background. We're going to bring him on towards the end, since he works at GNC and he is in the know in regards to the supplements. We'll be covering supplements and things you can do to help yourself before it gets really bad. Because if you look at the studies, they say anywhere from 25% to 1/3 of every pair of tits and swinging dick out there has got a fatty liver problem, and they don't know it. And most of the times, if you let it go too long, you might just wind up at the liver cirrhosis station, and it's really hard to get a connecting train from there. Most of the time, that's your last stop. And I'm trying to head that off on the pass, at least for myself. And if I can help anyone out there with this information, I'm more than happy. Now, we're going to go through some supplements at the end, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am not a doctor. I am not a dietitian. These are merely suggestions to you. You can do your own research and decide what works for you and what doesn't, because everyone's body is different. Am I wrong?
No, not wrong at all. I guess I'd give you my little brief.
What's your spiel?
Yeah. Different reasons, same thing. I like pizza and pasta, and not big on sugar, shockingly. But I learned something. Most carbohydrates are sugar below the neck. So tortillas and bread and all of this stuff.
Nummy.
You know, chips and Cheetos, whatever it is. It's all sugar below the neck, right? And I love that stuff. And on top of it, I over the last few years was pretty heavy on the alcohol, but not just any alcohol. Oh no, I did like twisted tea, which is just all sugar with alcohol in it. So, yeah. So again, kind of like you, Pop, I was hitting it from both sides, and I thought nothing of it. You know, I thought depression, maybe a little bit, gain some weight, whatever. I wasn't thinking anything of like, I'm not eating like a pig. I'm just eating, you know, snacks that happen to be carbs, and I'm gaining weight. And I thought, the old, you know, metabolism slowing down lie, which is a lie, by the way. There's no science behind that, but we'll get into that later. But the thing is I did a show one night. I think it was last June or July, something like that. No, it was July 2nd. I do remember the date. July 2nd, I did a show. And I was drinking on stream. I had twisted tea, like 2 of the tall cans, right? And it's not like slamming back bottles of whiskey or anything, but still, you know, a couple tall cans. And I went to bed with acid indigestion, which I was getting a lot of. I had gained weight, which they go hand in hand, by the way. And I thought, all right, I'll take some Tums, which, by the way, is sugar, if you didn't know. And I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning, like fell to my knees in pain when I got out of bed. Went to an urgent care and did a CT scan. It was one of these fancy ones up in the big city where they have the CT thing in the urgent care. So I went, did that, and they thought it was my appendix. Everybody was like, have you had your appendix out? I'm like, no, and I don't plan to if I can't help it. And they came back with the results a couple hours later, sitting in the hospital. They wanted to give me all sorts of fancy drugs. I'm like, no, just give me your equivalent of ibuprofen. I don't want all that fucking fancy crap. I'm just not about that. Yeah, I don't like weird stuff that makes you think different. I don't like it. Anyway, so they come back, they say, yeah, your liver's inflamed and you don't need surgery yet. That word will probably never leave my head, that they said yet. It was slightly inflamed. I can't remember the exact, it was like 9 centimeters, or I can't remember. Don't ask me what the details were, but it was mild. I also at that time had just gotten my results for my A1C, which had never been tested. I didn't know about it. I didn't really care. I didn't think about it. Right. And it was 5.8, which is pre-diabetic. So this all happened at the same time. And, you know, I'd heard commercials on YouTube and stuff about fatty liver and watched some health videos about fatty liver. I'm like, what is this nonsense? Until I'm sitting on a hospital bed and they're telling me about it. Then I realized this fatty liver is a serious thing. So I might be like a lot of you, where what is fatty liver? And even if you get it, that doesn't sound bad. It's pretty bad. It can lead to NASH, which is basically scarring of the liver, which then can lead to cirrhosis, which is failure. And that's not a pleasant way to go. I had an uncle go that way. And my mom was there to watch that firsthand. She said she's seen people in the hospital with cancer that has taken over every organ. And she still says cirrhosis looked more painful than cancer did. So just FYI. But anyway, I went through this whole CT scan, came home. I'll admit, during the holidays, I slipped up. I ate turkey and all the sides with everybody else. Same at Christmas. And my birthday's the next month. So yeah, I slipped up. I've stayed plateaued, but I have eaten some carbs and sugars and things, cake, you know, birthday, whatever. I got to fix it. I know. Got to go back to it, but I got serious. So I went, and again, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you advice, but I can tell you on the ketogenic diet, which is cutting all carbs, all sugars, sticking to oils, fats, butters, meat, vegetables, proteins, and being very strict about it, like not any nuts, just peanuts and only like a handful or two, that kind of thing. I lost 33 pounds, just like that. And I sit for a living. That's what I do for work, is sit. And I intentionally did not change anything else, did not add a workout routine or anything else. I had tried working out in the past and lost half of that in twice as much time. When I switched diet, I lost double that in half the time. So that diet definitely has its merits. Again, that's something for you guys to look into on your own. But if you may be struggling with weight, I highly recommend at least researching into ketogenic diets because they are very effective. They do have other things you have to look into, but that's part of research. You need to figure that out for your own before you decide on it. Because if you're missing your gallbladder or other things, there could be complications to that. There's a whole wide range of things to look into before you decide on a diet. So talk between you and people you trust, maybe not your healthcare professional. Most of them aren't trained to understand the proper human diet. They just understand the American diet, which is what led to 1 in 3 people having fatty liver to begin with. So the food pyramid is fine as long as you turn it upside down. Okay. On that note, let's get into the show.
And if it could happen to him and me, it could happen to anybody. And I know there's a lot of guys out there that literally game all the time. They don't get up, move around. You could probably see the doorknobs, the light switches all stained with Cheeto grease. And it catches up to you. Now, in my case, I went into the Army at 17. And by the time I was 18, 19 years old to the time I was about 35, I maintained myself in a high, in shape kind of thing. I mean, when I was in the Ranger Battalion and then later on Special Forces, I could literally shuffle, not run out all out, but, do a quick shuffle with 65 to 75 pounds on my back for an entire marathon, 26 miles, sometimes even more, and still do your job on the other end. And in between all of that, because I was bored, I competed as a professional fighter, and I walked around always in 5-round shape because you never know when the phone's going to ring and they're getting called to go fight. All right. So when I got wounded, roughly 34, 35, and, I maintained my Army PT to a certain extent. I didn't really go crazy like I did when I was younger. Retired at 49. 2.5 years later, you got fatty liver. That's how fast it could come on. And who knows? It could have been going on a couple of years prior to that because, I like my booze and I like to eat sugar, and it's the double sack to your liver, and you're gonna have to make some changes. It could happen to anyone out there. If you're one of those guys like my genetics is superior, I'll be fine. You're setting your own goddamn death trap with pride. Stop it and pay attention.
I would agree. When I was younger, especially in like high school and even after high school, I had a mountain bike. I rode it everywhere, like 10 plus miles just for fun. It was my car, right? I was skinny as a twig most of my 20s. Used to go camping and doing all the outdoor stuff, fishing, you name it. I was usually outside doing some goofy thing, right? I would say from 2020 on, it was just like that, and here I am. I gained the weight and I got the fatty liver and all that. But prior to that, man, I was active. All it was is I was inside more. I was eating more junk and I drank more beer. Boom. All it took was a couple of years. And then the doctor saying, not yet will you need surgery. Yeah.
Too much beer is a slow motion sex change.
Yeah, that too. Estrogen levels and all that.
All right. Now we're going to go through a list here of a bunch of basically fat influencers or healthy at any size people who are now dead. Now, I am not mocking these people who have passed. That is not our intention. My intention is to scare the shit out of you guys because there's no such thing as healthy at any size. That is a complete PR nightmare lie. Let's pull up the first one.
All right. We've got, let's see. There's a couple in here. I'm trying to fast forward through time. Let's see. Got that one there. There we go. We'll share that one. This one's from the Washington Examiner. If I can get it pulled up on the screen here.
Do it.
There we go.
It's
cool.
All right.
There it is. Tragic. Obese body positivity influencers keep dying young. And there's your depiction right there of an unhealthy weight. All right. In this Thursday, May 8, 2014 photo, an overweight man wears a shirt patterned after the American flag during a visit to the World Trade Center in New York. Rising numbers of American adults have the most dangerous kind of obesity, belly fat, that is also known as subcutaneous and visceral fat. And I would say visceral fat is far more dangerous than subcutaneous, although both are bad. Despite the evidence that overall obesity rates may have plateaued, the government data shows it might sound extreme to call the body positive movement, which promotes obesity as beautiful and healthy, a left-wing death cult. But a series of recent tragedies suggest that, if anything, this might be an understatement. As for the YouTuber Blair White, which we're not going to go into that, but that's also a questionable thing. But anyway, Blair White recently pointed out in a video, in a mega viral video, by the way, prominent body positivity influencers who promoted and defended obesity for years keep suddenly and tragically dying at a young age. And here is that clip really quick.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
Which didn't last long because she died.
And there
Just
you go.
because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is what's going on. And you're not hearing about it in the media. Nobody's talking about this. It's kind of like male suicide. It's a we're not going to talk about that because it might hurt people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Let's see. The Daily Mail recently reported on the story, telling the tale of 4 different overweight influencers who lost their lives. One is a woman named Brittany Sauer, an obese influencer who recently died at the tender age of 28. Her direct cause of death is unknown, although obesity is a leading factor of death. But she struggled with severe health problems related to her obesity, including type 2 diabetes. Tragically, Sauer realized before her death that promoting obesity as healthy and beautiful was a mistake. Yet this realization came too late. In one of her last TikTok videos before her death, Sauer warned others not to make the same mistakes. She says, "I ruined my life through food, binge eating, and lack of self-care." That was in a November 2022 video. "I just want this to be a warning for other people. I'm hoping it's not too late for me this time." It was. Yeah.
Yep.
We have another one here. Another TikTok influencer named Taylor Lejeune died in January from a presumed heart attack, according to the Daily Mail. He didn't explicitly or ideologically promote obesity, but his popular videos were of him engaging in insane and extremely unhealthy eating behaviors. Fat studies professor Kat Paz, who explicitly questioned whether obesity was even unhealthy, similarly died from unknown causes in 2022 at just 42. Mm-hmm. And finally, another woman, Jamie Lopez, starred in a reality TV show promoting her supersized salon dedicated to making overweight women feel beautiful. The Daily Mail reports she did lose some weight before her death, but nonetheless died from heart complications, age 37, in December 2022. So there you go. There's some of them.
Yeah. And I want to put this out there. We've been pretty much demonetized. So please, give us a super chat so we can keep this thing going. I'm kind of upset right now in regards to, I was looking at a lot of the analytics for our channel. And the amount of views and shares we get compared to what we earn in ad revenue is atrocious. It is obvious we're getting shadow banned. So please, any little bit helps. And we just went through a list of these body positive individuals who died. So let's just do a little basic common sense here. Everyone here on the planet who's walking upright at some point is going to die. What that means is gravity wins at the end. Now, it only makes sense if you weigh more, gravity wants to pull you down faster. And we're getting a lot of these individuals burning in their late 20s all the way up to their early 40s. And I'm going to be honest, in current year in the United States of America, with the medical care and all of the foods and stuff we can do, you should be able to at least limp along eating a somewhat okay diet into your mid 70s. But instead, people go out there and on every major corner in most big cities, there's a fast food restaurant, which will allow you to eat like a king 3 times or more a day for very little money. It's going up now because of inflation, but it was not a big deal back in the day for me and my buddies on the way back from the bar to swing by McDonald's and eat, $4 cheeseburgers and a Coke and then go home. That's like 2,000 calories in one go.
Yeah.
And people are doing that 3 or 4 times or more a day. It's ludicrous. It's insane. I don't know. And on top of that, I love pizza. That's why I don't have a 6-pack anymore. I am just not willing to sacrifice pizza for a 6-pack of abs. It's just not worth it to me anymore. But I have to mind my P's and Q's when I eat because, yes, I did take care of the fatty liver situation, but while my mom was in the hospital, I slipped up. Now, my mother loves to eat ice cream, and I happen to like ice cream too. And before you know it, it's, a couple scoops of ice cream and hot fudge, caramel. And I want to be healthy, so I'll throw some peanuts on there. Okay. It took about 7 weeks, and I was starting to get the liver pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I called my doctor, and he's like, "Hey, man, you know the deal. Turn off the Tourette's of the elbow. Quit eating this shit. It'll go away." So that's where I am right now.
Yeah. To add to that as well, I think another problem is even if you're not plugged into the whole fat acceptance, beauty at any size crap, I think a lot of people have a misconception of what healthy is. People seem to think healthy. You go to your doctor and they say, "Yeah, you're overweight or you're obese," and you're like, "No, I'm not." "Yeah, you are." I will tell you right now, the most I've ever weighed, I'm 5'7", by the way, not the tallest guy out there, but 5'7", right? The most I ever weighed was 203. And I'm thinking, well, I know guys that weigh like 500 pounds, 300 pounds. Like, I'm not that bad. Oh no, it's still bad. I'm at 172 now. I'm still obese. You see those people. This is what I get it. Culture is really brainwashed people. You see people out there and they almost like are vitriolic towards them. Like, oh, they're skinny twigs. You mean healthy weight? Yeah, no, people weren't designed to carry all this extra
fat,
lard, whatever you want to call it. They weren't designed to carry that. Like right now at 172, I think, okay, that's 33 pounds down. That's better. Even me knowing like I'm still 20 pounds away from a healthy weight. Now that doesn't include muscle mass. Okay. Actual muscle mass, provable muscle mass, not just your feeling of, but again, people have this misconception that I can be slightly out of the spectrum of overweight and obese and still be healthy. No, if you go to your doctor and your doctor does not say you are within the healthy range, your BMI is in a healthy range, you are in danger of pre-diabetes, of fatty liver, of heart complications, of stroke. In general, the number one cause of death besides life is being obese. So,
because gravity pulls you down.
Mm-hmm.
Even I am still technically obese. At this morning, I went to the doctor. I was 194. Mm-hmm. I fluctuate between 190 and 200, and I am still at the very, very BMI index is like 28-ish, which is technically borderline fatty.
Yeah. And isn't that, it's interesting because again, it's something to point out society wise. It's like we've all been trained to believe, even though we're overweight or on the obese scale, we're within a healthy, weight, because we don't look like that guy that can't get off the couch. Even though, again, there's some kind of vitriol, especially I notice in women. If you see a healthy woman with a healthy BMI, oh, she's just anorexic or a skinny twig. Like, no, that whole like curvy is beautiful is a lie. That's not
The whole
fact.
curvy thing. Back in the day, while I was, slinging seed when I was a young dick thinking individual,
Mhm.
curvy was, in my eyes, a fairly attractive woman. Kind of looked like an old 1974 to 76 Corvette, and in my eye, I thought that was fairly attractive. And then over the decades, curvy went from something like this to this.
Pear shaped, from hourglass to pear. Yep.
Yeah. And when they say, well, she's a little roomy, she takes up the whole room. Full German is a refrigerator with a head on top.
Yeah.
This is serious. And I'm tired of burying you guys for suicide. And I'm not looking forward to having to throw you in the dirt because you ate yourself to death in the very near future. Because it doesn't really take that long. Once you start getting the liver irritation, the clock starts ticking. You got about a decade, sometime, depending upon your genetics, maybe less. Because once the inflammation starts, you start forming fibrin, which is scar tissue. And once you have so much scar tissue, it screws with the function of the liver, which accelerates the whole thing. And then before you know it, your skin's yellow. You have no strength. You're in pain all the time. You're pissing and shitting blood, vomiting blood. We have some individuals who watch this show who are in that stage right now. And I believe they're on the list for a new liver as we speak. And I hope to God they get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reason I brought up what I did is I want you guys to consider this. I'm not that overweight, or it's not that bad. That's where I was when I got a CT scan. And again, you don't need surgery yet happened, because I wasn't that bad. I'm still not that bad, right? But according to the scale, I am 20 pounds from being not that bad. Until I get there, I'm still in the danger zone. Not even in the it's better now zone. It's still in the danger zone. I'm still at risk of all the comorbidities that go with being overweight or obese. Again, not just obese. I need you to hear this. Not just obese. If your scale, if you use a body impedance scale like I do, if it says overweight, you are still in the danger zone. You have to be in the safe zone, in the green zone, not in the overweight or obese category. So just want to point that out.
It's 100% correct. What's the next story?
We've got another one. This is from the New York Post, and this is TikToker dead at 28. I'm just bringing it up on the screen now. We've got a few of these to go through. Let me get this up here. There we go.
I'm sure a lot of them did get vaxxed as well.
I'm sure. And there is, and this is speculation only, I can't say anything else, but allegedly here in asterisks, there is some speculation that the COOF may have some kind of correlation with fatty liver 2 in the way it attacks the body. But that is, again, allegedly and speculation at this time, although I have heard it in the medical community lately dealing with this. So
it has to do with the spike proteins.
Yeah.
It's
so
the spike proteins floating around in your system is the equivalent of putting volcanic pumice in your gas tank.
That's awful.
Yeah. It doesn't take that long to, blow the engine and you're fucked. And the same thing happens to your cardiovascular system. So there you go.
By the way, before we read this article, telltale signs if you were starting to get pain on your right side, under your ribs, in your shoulder, in your neck, if you're getting cramps in your neck, if you feel like you pulled a muscle or have a nerve problem in your neck, there's actually a nerve that goes in between your gallbladder and liver. If you are overweight and experiencing any of those problems, please, all I ask is that you go see a doctor, because I've had those symptoms. I know what they're like. You can reach out to me as well, redpillrhino@hotmail.com. I'm happy to talk to you about it because I've been there. I've dealt with it. I know the signs. If you're feeling that, or if you have a lot of indigestion on a daily basis, please see a doctor.
The way I detect it is I put my left hand on my left hip, I arch back, and I do one of these. And if there's any tightness or twinges along the rib cage here, your liver's inflamed. All right. Now listen, everything in your gut sac is designed to sit a certain way. Whenever you fuck with that, you take something out, it screws with the whole mechanism. So you make your liver a little bit bigger. Guess what? You got toxins backing up in your bloodstream. You got inflammation. It's just a matter of time before it gets inflamed enough where it will overflow into the kidneys, and now you have swollen fucking kidneys, and you have nephritis, and you're losing kidney function. And after that, because gravity works, it trickles down and it irritates your intestinal tract.
Mm-hmm.
And once it runs out of fucking shit to fuck with, then it starts going out to the rest of your body. You start feeling it in your joints. You maybe get foggy, your brain gets a little foggy. You get slow on the uptake and downtake in your thinking. It affects the entire fucking body. And the first domino is fatty liver.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this too. Here's another thing I noticed in losing those 33 pounds. When I sleep at night, I was getting like severe, like pains in my arm and my wrist, stuff like that. Since I've lost the weight, the inflammation has gone down, the pain is reduced. So if you're getting a lot of pain that doesn't make sense, like you haven't been out playing sports and you have like this pain you wake up with, that's a sign of inflammation. That's another one of your body's warning signs saying, stop eating. Stop it. Not completely, but please stop eating so goddamn much. Yeah.
You're fucking up.
Right.
Quit stuffing your hole.
Let's get to this article though. Not too much waffling, but before we get to too much, TikTok star dead at 28. Aiden Ohayan, I'm just going to butcher that name completely, earned millions of likes mocking his weight. We're going to just keep it muted, but I'll show you what's going on with this guy. So he got famous doing this kind of stuff, obviously overweight. And he sits down, he shows off, how big he is. And then this is what he does. If you guys can't see it on screen, I think it's
sushi, right?
Yeah, this is just an ungodly amount of food. And he does this for a stream. He just clears this whole ungodly amount of food. You don't need that.
Oh my God.
Not even close to that much.
Dude, I can't even eat like a whole sushi roll.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And again, with chicken, with whatever, he just this is how he got viral by doing this unhealthy stuff.
Now, don't get me wrong. All right. It's okay to eat like that once in a while. It's called a feast or a holiday.
Yeah.
But you can't do that every goddamn day.
No, not at all.
You can't do it.
So let's get into this a little bit. Israeli TikTok star, again, I'm not going to butcher the name, you saw it, who became famous for mocking his own obesity on camera, died unexpectedly. Really unexpectedly? Are you sure that's the word you want to use? At 28. He boasted over 140,000 followers and 2 million likes on the platform, reportedly passed away Wednesday night at I'm going to butcher that too, Barzilay Medical Center in Ashkelon. Local news outlet ynetnews.com reported the social media star's family confirmed that he died of a medical issue, but did not elaborate. He became an instant sensation after posting videos of himself eating food and lampooning his own weight. This is a quote here. One day, I decided to return to social media, so I uploaded a video on TikTok several months ago while describing his meteoric rise to social media stardom. Suddenly, I reached 300,000 views in 24 hours, so I posted another video and another one, and views kept coming. So essentially, and you guys that watch the show probably already know, if you do something stupid on the internet, you get millions of views. If you show a little bit of cleavage, millions of views. Unhealthy habits, millions of views. If you try to help people, suppressed in the algorithm. But this guy got famous for doing this, gaining weight, right? And then dying.
Tell you how much you weigh? How much you weighed?
I don't know if it says in here. Is really that
he had to be north of 550.
Let's see.
Yep. He's got a lot of the same body structures my buddy had before he died.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It doesn't say the weight in the article. The comments are pretty.
Look at that chin. Go up a little bit. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ.
Not even a double chin. The chin's eating the chin.
That's more chins than a Chinese phone book.
That's bad. Mm-hmm. And look, we're not making fun of this guy. I just want you to be him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's sad. And again, he did it for the attention and likes. That's another thing I caution you on. Just because it's cool. I know a lot of ladies don't watch these shows, but just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean you should start up an account, right? Doesn't mean you should gain weight for likes and views. Doesn't mean you should join the body positivity movement. A lot of these things that are being popularized in modern society are destroying modern society intentionally, in my view. So just because everybody else is doing it, didn't your mom tell you that? Just because everybody else jumps off a bridge doesn't mean you're going to do it too, right? No, of course not, because it's stupid and you'll die.
Oh, yeah. Listen, man. I love me some pizza, fried chicken. I like me my Guinness beer every once in a while. When I was younger, it was no big deal for me to sit down, eat 3 meals during the day, and then eat basically one of those small square, buttercream bumpy cakes with half a gallon of milk. If I did that now, I would die. I cannot eat like that anymore. I just can't. And here's the thing. At some point, especially after you get done dick thinking, and you look in the mirror, you're like, what am I fucking doing to myself? This is ridiculous. It's totally unnecessary. Listen, I love to eat, but I don't do it on the regular like I used to because it will kill me now. Literally. That and too much drinking, which I've rectified. So there you go.
And I'll admit, man, it here. I struggle with it. One thing, and I'm telling you my shortcomings because I don't want you guys to think I'm on here preaching and I'm some jacks. You can see me. I'm on camera. I'm me. I struggle with it. One thing is that I tend to stress eat. So just change careers, right? So I have a jar of peanuts on the desk at all time. Peanuts. Let me enunciate better. Anyway, so I eat those. I get nervous, stressed out. I'll eat some of those. I have to maintain okay, it's starting to get a little lower and it should stop, right? Because it's something I do as a comfort thing, right? Like stressed out, I'll eat something. I think that's because I used to smoke, which I quit, but I think it's one of those habits that die hard. Another thing, I've slipped in the drinking. I have, especially during the holidays, everybody else is drinking and I want to enjoy and I want to relax. And then that leads to, well, I want to have a beer today because, again, it was a stressful day, so I'll just have a beer. And then that leads into drinking a beer every day again because every day is stressful because that's life. And these are habits that I have to constantly rein in and try to break because I don't want to die. Not yet, anyway. But I just want you to know, I deal with it too. I'm human. We're not here saying that, we got this shit figured out. Both me and Pop, we still struggle with the back and forth. It is a battle for sure.
Yeah, listen, I am no better than anyone out there. I've just been through a different road. And for some of you that are younger than me, I've just been around longer. That is it. I am just a dude, a meat suit, evil hairless monkey like everybody else.
Yeah.
I haven't mastered shit. I mean, I like to think I have because I can, I have a very good sense of humor, even in the presence of death. And that made all the difference. But that's another video.
Yeah. Well, let's get in this next article here. We've got helps if I pull up screen before I do that. There we go. Jimmy's pushing the buttons too. All right, let me get this shared.
Stop taking my job. I'm the evil button pushing monkey around here.
I can push buttons too. All right. We got the Daily Mail here. This is from the UK Daily Mail. These 4 social media influencers were swept up by a movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. The tragic truth is they all have died under the age of 45. The final videos posted of Brittany Sauer, we talked about that one, TikTok's page, make for an upsetting viewing. Basically, she says that I made a mistake, right? She was age 28, right? Let's see. Let's go on to the other guy. We've got this guy here.
Oh, yeah.
Brings it up. Waffler 69.
He was the guy who died with the giant Cheerio or Fruit Loop.
Oh, I don't know about that. But it says TikTok star at Waffler 69, must be related to Jimmy, died of a presumed heart attack, according to his brother, aged just 33 in January. Real name Taylor Lejeune. Did not flaunt his weight, but amassed 1.9 million followers by posting videos reviewing bizarre food, including reindeer meat and tinned ham from the 1960s.
First of all, if you're eating anything out of a can that was canned in 1960, you are legitimately fucking with death. That is like a Russian roulette with a spoon instead of a gun.
Yeah.
Wow. No. That is a different level of intestinal fortitude that the popster just doesn't have.
Yeah. And here you go to verify what you're saying, Pop. His last video posted the day before he died showed him eating a giant Fruit Loop in milk. So there you go. Here's another one. A well-known activist professor of fat studies, Dr. Kat Paws. I feel like you did a show on her before, who questioned the links between weight and health, lost her life aged 42, based at Massey University in New Zealand. She also presented a fat positive radio show.
That woman there is 480 to 550 right there. That is just, I don't know.
Yeah, and again,
I feel sorry for her family. They had to watch that happen in slow motion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And like I said, again, these are extreme. I know you're seeing this and going, well, I don't weigh that much. But I'm telling you, if you get on your scale or talk to your doctor and it says overweight, you are well on your way to the grave already. I promise you.
And
so
unless you get the MRI done on your liver to see if it's swollen or not, you're never going to know until you feel it.
No. And most people, this is the other thing. I mentioned the symptoms. Most people don't have those symptoms I talked about. Some of you will if you have fatty liver. Most of you won't know it until fibrosis sets in. And then it's a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind as well. Most people don't have signs until yellowing in the eyes, jaundice, and all of that.
So maybe reality just gave you a reality slap in the liver. So you can fuck yourself.
The proverbial penis slap from life that you feel in your liver.
Yeah.
All right. Within a week of posting the film last December, Brittany was dead. Her death turns the spotlight on the controversial body positivity and fat acceptance movements that have seduced Brittany and millions of vulnerable young people like her. You know what? The truth is, this is reality. A lot of young people have no discipline and no drive. And I'm saying that not to be a dick to young people. They get on there and they see trends where it's okay to be whatever, an OnlyFans model, obese, just whatever it is, whatever the thing is this week. And instead of having discipline and drive and focus and integrity and morals and wanting to be healthy, they just say, well, everybody else is doing it, so it's okay now. But it's not.
Fine.
Not okay. Yeah. But it's the opposite. Okay.
I don't know, man.
So
if it can get me, it can get anyone.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, I mean, like I've said, I have a history of extreme physical activity. And then I retired, took it easy. 3 years later, boom. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. And you know, I've got my appointment coming up in I think June. I've been trying to get in earlier, but it's just not working out. Healthcare system is a whole different video. But
Yes.
but yeah, so I've got to go in, and I've got a few months to seriously continue to unfuck my life and get that 20 pounds off. Because when I go in for the next test, I don't want to see any signs of liver damage. So, and I have a setback from Thanksgiving until now. Essentially, I have resumed-ish the American diet. I'm still being more conscious, but I'm still, you know, that burrito, that's okay. That chimichanga, also okay, because I'm going to have salad tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? I'm still slipping up. So
Yeah,
I gotta fix myself too.
Yeah, it's called negotiating with yourself. I've done
Yeah.
it a few times. I have this booze now. I won't drink for 3 days.
Yep.
Never works, man.
Nope. All right. We do have another article from the New York Post will pop up as well. So let me get that on screen here. This is a different. I'm trying to address different.
Toast your grandfather.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So my grandfather, he was shore patrol, World War II, Iwo Jima. He saw at least the end of the war. He joined when he was 16. And he said in his own words, I wanted to get off the farm. He was born in Kansas and grew up on the farm. And he wanted to help out, but he also wanted to, he felt that was his way to have his own life and not just be stuck out on the farm for the rest of his life. But he served. He did his time. He had honorable discharge afterwards. And he was a good man. He passed away just a few days ago at 96 years old. So he had a very good run. His funeral is tomorrow.
Anywhere near close to that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at yet. His funeral is tomorrow. And my mom chose the honor guard is going to be presenting me the flag. So I've been composed all week, but I have a feeling that moment
It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
It's like, hey, man, that's one of the longest walks a man takes is that when you walk from the hearse to the graveside to put a loved one in the dirt.
Yeah.
All right, so here's to him.
Yep.
96. Good fucking run, bro.
Yep. Salud.
Thank you, guys.
I'm sorry for your loss, man. I really am.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
it. 96.
Yeah, he had all of a run. I mean, he told me when he was growing up, like this guy's been around so long. He told me when he used to go like on trips, they stopped at the gas stations, convenience stores at that time. It was like in the old Fords, and they had to get heated bricks from the gas station to put on the floorboards to keep their car warm in the winter. Like he had seen some stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that just before Thanksgiving. I sat down. I had a day with him. We talked about his life from childhood on to like basically this year. So did get to have, I had some regrets with other family members I lost, but sitting down and getting to know stories about his mom and his dad and him and growing up. And dude, I got the closure there because I knew time was coming. So I wanted to get to know everything I could about him.
Dude, that's
and
awesome.
It was worth it. Very
worth good shit right there.
Yeah. So, yeah, but we got this article here, New York Post, weight loss influencer, Mila De Jesus, right?
No.
Dies at 35. Is it De Jesus?
I've had about half a dozen soldiers with that last name, and I call every one of them De Jesus. and they're like, no, it's Jesus. Now, whatever, Jesus.
All right. Well, did Jesus dies at 35, leaving 4 children and newlywed husband. Now,
God.
Slight spoiler alert, she decided to go the easy route and get surgery instead of actually losing the weight. So the complications were still there. Let's get into this really quick. Brazilian-born influencer and newlywed Mia de Jesus, who shot to fame, to Jesus, after undergoing major weight loss transformation, has died of suspected cardiac arrest. She was 35. The Instagram star, who was born in Brazil, lived in Boston, passed away Friday, 4 months after tying the knot with her husband, George Kauzik. Jam Press reported. She leaves behind 4 children from a previous marriage. Just months prior, the content creator announced that she'd been suffering from psoriasis, a skin disease that causes a rash with itchy, scaly patches. She said, it's been 3 months dealing with the situation. 80% of my body is affected. D. Jesus wrote in an October Instagram post.
She said 80% of her body.
Yeah, there's a photo of it below. It's YouTube safe, but
that is obviously a symptom for something deeper that's really bad going on within her. Wow.
Yeah. This is her, but this is her before 2010. She had surgery to remove the fat. And again, this is YouTube safe, but there is the this is pointing at a serious health problem here. You're right.
That's basically when you see shit like that, the irritation process in your body has literally cascaded out of control.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. To wrap this one up, 6 years ago, the Bahia-born content creator underwent a major weight loss surgery, which she commemorated in November Instagram post, juxtaposing pics of herself before and after. That's what you saw above. 6 years since the decision changed my life in various aspects.
Wow.
She captioned the composite. On one side, the 22-year-old Mila, on the other, the 35-year-old Mila. Just to show you again, this was surgery instead of change in diet or change in exercise and routines. So yes, the weight got removed, but did the complications? Probably not. So,
well, if you think about it, I mean, if you have that much body mass taken off of your frame at one time, it's got to be a shock to your system. Because your body's like, okay, we're doing okay here. We're at 180 pounds. We've got blood going through everything. Then you go into the emergency room, they knock you out. Your body's like, okay, we're 180. 20 minutes later, we're 140. We're 120. What the fuck is going on here? That's a lot of body mass to get removed at one sitting. It's that just cannot be healthy for you.
No, not at all.
Wow.
Bring up this one really quick as well. This is shifting gears just a little bit. This is from looks like intramural research program. But what I want to correct is extreme obesity. I want to just correct that. Being overweight at all shaves years off life expectancy.
Yes, it does.
Right? This as it happens with every new year, many people around the world woke up on January 1st committed to improving their health through eating well and exercising. Most of those resolutions fail, by the way. Don't do it because it's a new year. Do it because it's serious. These lifestyle changes have the potential to significantly improve the well-being of the 32% of American adults who are overweight. 32%. And the 40% who are obese. Did you hear that? Just under half of Americans are obese. Due to the staggering number of individuals struggling with obesity, as well as its serious health consequences, the condition has long been a main priority for researchers at the NIH. As a result of this focus, investigators have made significant strides in identifying biological signals that trigger hunger, understanding genetic influences that play a role in weight gain, and uncovering environmental and behavioral factors that influence obesity.
Wow. Yep.
So, in a 2014 study, led by IRP investigator Kerry Kitsahara, PhD, utilizes data from 20 different studies, including the Body Mass Index and All-Cause Mortality Polling Project of the National Cancer Institute. Cohort consortium to examine the relationship between BMI and cause-specific mortality rates in people with extreme obesity. BMI is the ratio of an individual's weight to his or her, individual's height to his or her weight. Typically, a BMI of 18.5 through 24.9 represents a healthy weight, while an individual with extreme obesity has a BMI of more than 40 or more and is usually at least 100 pounds over ideal body weight. Now, where I'm going to pause when we talk about this 18 to 24, I want you to understand that people say, well, the BMI isn't accurate and it's not a good representation. Listen, if you're going to the gym and are a bodybuilder and you can see defined muscle and a six-pack and everything, yeah, no, BMI probably doesn't apply to you. Otherwise, it's a pretty good indicator of your overall health, okay? Yep. So I know a lot of people try to poo-poo, if you will, on this whole BMI thing. But again, unless you can tell that you are ripped, jacked, and you go to the gym every day, there's a chance your BMI is accurately representing your weight problems, okay? Here we go. 40 or more, a BMI of 40 or more, and is usually at least 100 pounds over. You do not need to be on 100 pounds over, as we've discussed, to be unhealthy. Okay. Through their research, Dr. Katara and her colleagues made the stunning discovery that extreme obesity can shorten a lifespan by as much as 14 years. In honor of Healthy Weight Week this week, I connected with Dr. Katara to discuss the experience in studying obesity, her passion for learning the condition. Okay. We could read the whole article. We'll just kind of go through little tidbits here, but let's start with this. My research was inspired by a 2010 study with the BMI and all-cause mortality polling project spearheaded by my mentor and advisor, Dr. Amy Barrington D. Gonzalez. That study used data collected by more than 1 million white adults to better quantify how being overweight or obese affected all-cause mortality and to identify BMI associated with the lowest risk of death. Through this research, the team identified that death rates among never smokers without pre-existing heart disease or cancer was the lowest for those with a BMI of 22.5 to 24.9. And the risk of death rose 31% for every FIV unit increase of BMI up to a BMI of 49.9. Now, I don't have it in front of me. I think my BMI... Well, I don't want to quote it.
Just do a search. Go in there, do my BMI. There's a calculator. It's on the top. We could put in our own BMIs on screen. I don't care. I just did it now. Pull it up. Let's do this.
That'd be.
I'm here to save lives, and if I have to humiliate myself a little bit to do so, I will. There we go.
There you go. Let's get this pulled up. Give me a second. Calculate your BMI standard calculator. This is from the NIH.
Yep,
I think this is the
right
right link.
Mine.
Your height. What is your height, Pop? Well, let me get
5'11".
Okay, let me share screen first.
All right.
Okay, so here it is on screen. And we've got 5 and 11. Typing that in now. Your weight. 195. And compute BMI. 27.2.
I am still a fat ass.
Now let's do this. Let's see how bad I am. 5'7", 172. Probably worse. Yours is 27. Mine is 26. I've got you beat by 1 point.
There you go. Hey, Jimmy, what's your height?
I'm like 6'5".
Okay.
Jesus.
Well, you're going to be fine.
Giraffe. He's a giraffe.
6'5", and I'm going to say 165.
165.
Yeah, you need to get a sandwich, man.
I had 3 slices of pizza before we started.
Compute this. He doesn't have anything but bone. 19.6. There you go.
Hey, there's a little bit of meat on me. I just don't know where it's at.
Sandwiches. I'm just saying.
There you go.
But
so now you know.
But what we're trying to say here is most people are walking around out there with their gun to their head and they can't even fucking see it. Like, literally, like, I'll be fine. I'll eat that Big Mac. What could go wrong? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, one of the biggest issues is the chemicals that have been put in our food that have been outlawed in other parts of the freaking world.
That's definitely part of it. Now,
that's a whole other show, but you're absolutely correct.
Again, Pop, yours was 27 minus 26. The ideal optimal range is between 22 to 24. Jimmy, eat a hamburger. You're more than welcome to.
When my doctor, the Russian Spetsnaz doctor, did my BMI, and I was like 30, was it 33-ish? Because I was like 220-ish.
Mm-hmm.
He like pulls out this card. He's like, Terrence, you need to weigh 172 pounds. And I'm like, okay, could you please pull out your prescription pad and write me a prescription for Auschwitz? That's the only way I'm going to get to 172, or you send me back to Ranger School, which I do not want to do. But yeah, I mean, and I do have a little extra muscle on me because of my athletic background. But still, you know, I look at myself in the shower and I have love handles and the whole deal. It just is what it is.
Well, tell evil Pop to stop eating a quart of mint chocolate chip and some Pop-Tarts every now and then.
Hasn't done that in a long time, actually.
There are a couple quick ones. I know we're going to go to a break soon, but I did want to go over this one as well for those of you that may not have a great understanding. This is from mayoclinic.org. This is an overview of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Yes, there are two different versions. There's also NASH as well as fibrosis. And
well, actually, they're actually merging them together.
Okay.
In the future, it's going to be just called one thing, because at the end, it doesn't matter
disease.
if you're drinking alcohol, which is a modified sugar, or if you're eating a bunch of sugar, you wind up at the same stage in cirrhosis at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you don't want to get off at the last stop.
No.
You're fucked.
Yeah. So here we go. Non-alcoholic, or let's just skip this part. Okay. Fatty liver disease, often called fatty liver disease. It's a liver problem that affects people who drink little to no. Okay, we're going to skip that. In fatty liver disease, too much fat builds up in the liver. It seems often in people who are overweight or obese. We know about that. It's becoming more common around the world, and especially in Middle Eastern and Western nations, as the number of people with obesity rises. It is most common form of chronic liver disease, affecting about 25%, 1/4 of the world's population. In the United States, this is where it gets really fucking scary. Pay attention. What is the United States population? 330 million. 330 million. About 100 million have fatty liver. That is a third, give or take.
1 in 3 people.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Some people with fatty liver disease can get non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is actually what I was diagnosed with, by the way. Mm-hmm. It's also called NASH. Now, mine is in the early stage, so it is reversible. But this is a serious form of fatty liver disease that causes the liver to swell and become damaged due to fat deposits in the liver. NASH may get worse and lead to serious liver scarring called cirrhosis, even liver cancer. This damage is like the damage caused by heavy alcohol use. A move is currently underway to change the name, there you go, of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease to metabolic dysfunction associated I don't even know.
Just call it
steatonic liver disease.
It is.
Fatty liver.
FAL. Fat ass liver.
There you go.
I just solved it all for you.
Okay. Without getting into this, here it's
when that fatigue one, that hit me pretty hard.
Big. I still am dealing with this.
And the malaise, I have that all the time. It's not as bad as it was like last year, but I still get it. I get that too. A little bit of pain and discomfort.
This is very, very common.
It's scary too when you realize that something in one of your internal working parts is fucking up.
This is also common.
This is more advanced shit though, isn't it?
This is symptoms of NASH and cirrhosis, or severe scarring, but you can definitely abdominal swelling, also swelling in your feet. Also, I don't know if it says it here, but spider veins. It does. Spider veins. beneath the
That's an
swelling in the
estrogen
legs,
issue.
shortness of breath, enlarged spleen, red palms, yellowing of the skin, and eyes or jaundice. This is bad. If you have this,
Yeah,
it is still, believe it or not, reversible, but it's going to take a serious unfucking of your life to get
but on
this
the
reversed.
bright side is if you catch it early and you can actually, deflate the liver. I mean, the liver builds all of your hormones, your cholesterol. It does, anywhere. It's estimated between 500 and 1,500 different chemical processes take place in your liver.
Yeah.
If it's inflamed, it's like your body trying to cook with very minimal fucking counter space. Things stack up and fall on the floor, and it gets all fucked up.
Yeah.
And listen, I mean, I don't lie to you guys here. And I've noticed since I quit drinking heavy and I've gave up a lot of the sugar and stuff, my testosterone level has gone up like 50 points. 50. It's not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah. And again, because I mean, you guys know when I went through it, I made a big old thing about it. But 1 in 3 Americans, 100 million Americans, somebody has fatty liver, whether they know it or not. Okay. That's why this is serious. That's why Pop wanted to do this show. And I agree 100%. 1 in 3. If there are 3 people in a room right now, one of you may in fact have fatty liver, whether you know it or not. So it's a serious issue. Now the good news is
fat ass liver.
Fat ass liver. The good news is your liver is very good at repairing itself. Given enough time and proper diet and staying away from alcohol and everything else, your liver can, for the most part, not all the time, but for the most part, your liver can completely regenerate as a healthy organ. That's the only organ in your body that can do it.
I have an associate that actually happened to him when we were younger. Remember the Rye syndrome thing that used to was a big thing back in like the 90s, 80s or whatever. He caught like some kind of cold or flu, got a fever. Parents gave him Tylenol. His liver went into shock and then failure, and he was 11. He goes to the hospital. They stabilize him. They literally tell his mother he's got 30% of his liver left. He's still alive today. His liver completely regenerated. Now, it probably has something to do with the fact he was 11 fucking years old, and you're indestructible at that age. I used to be. But just think of that. 30% of your liver, they can literally cut out, I think, up to 60% of your liver and give it to somebody else, and you will regenerate your liver back to its original size.
Crazy.
That's fucking amazing. Just think about that. 60% of the liver gone. All of the veins, the arteries, all of that gone. There's 40% of it left. What does your liver do? I got this. Fuck it. All right. Spin it up. Let's rebuild this shit. We'll make it better than it was before. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Wow. I mean, when I read that the way I am is whenever I'm faced with adversity, I don't just stand there and go, oh, this sucks. I open books, I Google, I learn every fucking thing there is to know about adversity or what's before me because it is my fucking enemy. And my profession was fucking war. So when you're run into something like that, that's how you should fucking face it. This is fucking war. It's me against that fucking sick liver. Fuck you. We're fixing this shit. It's the same thing. You get divorced. You want to know everything about it. All right. You get MS. Research everything about it and figure it out. Now we're at 9:18. Or was it 9:18?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go into some diets and then some supplements and stuff because.
Okay. I was going to cover one last thing with the health risks.
All right,
okay.
bring it on.
All right. This is the last one, then we'll jump over to that. let's see. We've got the WebMD here. Of course, every time you get on WebMD, you might be dying. So, but with a grain of salt. But obesity is a chronic condition. It is generally defined as when you have a have a body mass index of 30 or higher. Okay. The common risks of being obese are heart disease and stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, pre-diabetes, and type 2 diabetes as well. Some cancers, osteoarthritis, gout is a huge one. And that should have been my first red flag because I get that. That is where tart cherry saves my ass.
And
Depression.
Didn't I tell you about that? I told you about
Well, no, I learned about tart cherry, but you gave me, you see, maybe you can't see, but there's a whole table here of things you did tell me about. So, but I can't give you credit for tart cherry.
All right. All right.
Depression, obstructive sleep apnea. If you feel like you are having trouble with sleeping and you're not getting a very good night's rest, it might also have to do with being obese. Okay. There's obviously heart disease and stroke. Like we said, type 2 diabetes. We're kind of just going over arthritis, sleep apnea. So if you want to look into it, WebMD. There you go.
Gallbladder is a huge one if you're overweight too.
Yes. The gallbladder, basically what happens with that, I actually found that out. And I'm not going to recommend anybody, like I'm not paid to recommend anybody. How about that? But when you're overweight, your gallbladder, especially when you're not eating a proper diet, begins to sludge up. Think of if you were a kid and you played with that slime stuff. I'm still like a giant kid, so I still have slime. But if you play with that gooey consistency, like that is what your liver creates. Your liver creates it, and then that goes into your gallbladder, which acts as a detergent, kind of like soap, to break down fats and unhealthy stuff, kind of to process it through your intestines. Right? Yeah. When you're overweight, when you're not healthy, your liver stops producing bile. In that case, it turns into a sludge, which creates the crystals. You know, a lot of people have had their gallbladder removed. I would say that's a last resort. Again, I'm not promoting anything, but bile salts is definitely helpful in aiding that. If you were feeling, again, nerve pain in your neck, in your right side, if you're feeling that, there are channels on YouTube I recommend. Again, not sponsored, but I do recommend Dr. Berg. Absolutely. This is something he sells, and it's reversed the problem for me 100%. I take bile salts every day. There is a time of day that I take them. There's a reason I take them. It's after a meal, but they're phenomenal. They're expensive, $32 a bottle, but $32 a bottle is better than dead. So I'll take it.
Yeah. And you won't have to, like, once you stabilize the fatty liver, you won't have to take the bile salts permanently.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, there's certain diets. For instance, there's the all carnivore diet, which in today's day and age is on the expensive side. Got it. Mm-hmm. I myself, I eat more meat than I should, but I love sugar. If I can't eat sugar, then I got to eat something else. And that is a lot more healthy than just throwing down, 8 Snickers bars a day or something. All right. Then you have, there's the paleo diet, which is similar to the all meat diet, except you can throw stuff in there that you would normally find walking in the open environment, like nuts and fruits and raw vegetables and what have you. All right. There's that. And then you have the low carb to no carb kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much where I'm at. Like typically what I will do is I'll get up in the morning and I'll make one of these. I fill it about a third with water, boil it in the microwave, add unsweetened cocoa powder, 3 teaspoons of instant coffee. Then I will sweeten it with monk fruit and stevia. And I fill it up maybe another 2/3 with either half and half or heavy whipping cream. I drink that in the morning. I literally don't have to eat again until my one big meal, which is between, usually 3:30 and 7 o'clock at night. And I'll eat like, a decent sized meal, and then I wind down and I go to bed. Now, if I'm doing, if I get in the gym and I'm working out on the regular, I will add another small meal in there. But I mean, as you get older, you're going to have to make these adjustments if you want to make it to 65 and out like me. All right. Because if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to wind up on the gurney dead a lot sooner than you should be. Like I've said, play for time, because opportunity comes with more time. And sure, your life could suck all the way up until you're 45. And then all of a sudden you get that one opportunity, totally changes the whole fucking spectrum of your life. And you wouldn't get to enjoy it if you were 500 fucking pounds and you fucking died before 45.
Yeah.
You never fucking know. That's why we're here.
All right. Also, quick question for you. Do you want to do like a quick break and then jump into the supplement side of things and talk about that?
Yeah, why don't we do that? Because I got to take a piss.
Same here.
We'll bring in Digital Dave because he works at GNC.
Yep.
Excellent.
All righty. Well, in honor of the captain not being able to be here tonight, this one's for you, Blake.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Yeah, baby, yeah! It's a man, baby.
Hey. You're very shaggy.
All right, made it.
Just in time.
Just in time. All right, so excuse me while I put on my smoking jacket. I'm cold. All right, so this is what we got going on here. I got a list of supplements I'm going to go down. I take all of these myself, sometimes several times a day. So we're going to go down the list. The number one thing, at least on my book, for insulin resistant, or if you have a hard time losing weight, or if your A1C is higher than you would like, it's an herb called berberine. And is Dave in? Is Dave here? Or is he still in the back?
Looks like he's went to go empty his squirrel bladder himself.
All right. So if you're a type 2 diabetic, they will prescribe you, metformin. And what that does is it's an actual drug that they make in a lab that does pretty much the same thing as berberine. And that makes your body more sensitive to the insulin that you produce. Because if you eat the 3 meals a day, what you're doing in the morning, you eat, your insulin spikes, then it comes back down, does it at lunch, comes back down. And while you're young, that insulin, your blood sugar will drop because your body is sensitive to your own insulin. But as you get older, the sugar comes down. It doesn't come down as low as it used to be. And it's like an upward moving arch until you are stuck with walking around with a blood sugar north of 120 all the time. That is type 2 diabetes. Ideally, you want your blood sugar to be somewhere between 70 and 95-ish on the regular. And the more meals you eat, the more you're going to screw that up. Now, I will usually take berberine first thing in the morning with my regiment, and I take it right before I go to bed. Now, if I'm going to somebody's house during the holidays and I know I'm going to be throwing back food, cake, whatever, something with a lot of carbs and sugar, I will usually take 2 berberine before I actually eat those meals. And it does blunt the blood sugar spikes. It does work.
Also, it is an appetite suppressant, so keep that in mind. It'll help from Tourette's of the elbow as well throughout the day.
Okay. Yeah, bring in Dave. He just sat down. What's up, Skadoosh? We can't hear him.
He is muted.
You're muted.
You are muted, Dave.
Unmute yourself. There we go.
Are we good?
Yeah.
There we go.
All
We're
right.
just talking about berberine.
I heard you. And it does. That it is one of those things that can stunt the sugar spike. I did work at GNC, but I am more off on my own now. And anybody in the chat need anything, hit me up. I was just taking some notes on some of the things you were saying from like the fatty liver, alcohol, all that type of stuff. The liver, touching on what Red Pill Rhino was saying, you can actually reverse liver damage. It's like one of the few organs that can, grow back. So there's different types of diets, like you're talking about. There's different types of vitamins and supplements. So first off, I wanted to talk about niacin. A lot of people talk about niacin as a detox. That is actually pretty hard on the liver. So not something that I would recommend, just to put that out there. But a couple things that you might want to check out is vitamins B's. Get your B complex because it helps metabolize and break sugar down. Vitamin A, which is also found in carrots because of the beta carotene that helps naturally detoxify your liver. Beets are another good one. And you can also get a supplement called Super Beets. They're like gummies.
Beetroot. Yep.
Yeah, it is. That is a phenomenal vitamin and food. Pop, you're talking about like how you drink your teas and all that. I have some of my own. A couple of concoctions people can make. I want apple cider vinegar in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
If people get apple cider vinegar, and I recommend the Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother and the cayenne. Get the cayenne. Now,
and a dash of lemon too.
And lemon and pink Himalayan salt. Get the rock horse, and like if you scrounge that up, that actually helps detoxify and flush. Like actually
Another recommendation on that is use a straw if you don't like the taste. It also erodes enamel, so if you want to avoid that.
Do you want to know?
Exactly.
This is how I do my apple cider vinegar. I take a shot glass, I fill it halfway up with apple cider vinegar, then I fill it to the rest of it with extra virgin olive oil, and I just throw it down.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the best of both worlds because that apple cider vinegar will help sensitize you to your own insulin.
Mm-hmm.
That olive oil will raise your HDL, which is your high density cholesterol, and you get the benefits of the Mediterranean diet without having to eat all the Mediterranean food, because most of the stuff that in the Mediterranean diet that's healthy for you is the olive oil.
Yep. But Rhino, you mentioned drinking straws. I'm sorry, bro, but
you are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
Listen, the easiest way to do this: get a half a lemon. Keep lemons in your house. Cut half a lemon, put the other in saran wrap for the next day. Half a lemon, squeeze it into a shot glass. Then fill up the rest with the olive oil, and of course, put in your Himalayan, your cayenne. It's nasty. Yep. I'm telling you, it's not the best tasting thing, but it'll help. And as far as when we're talking about this stuff, some of you might be hesitant. Well, where do I find berberine? Maybe you're opposed to this, but Amazon for like $5. Okay, it's easy to get everything we're talking about. This is not crazy stuff. The bile salts that I'm talking about, most expensive thing, $32. Okay, everything else like $9, $5. All of this is super cheap, easy to get. You can have it sent to your door.
The next supplement I want to cover, and we all have this in our kitchen right now. Cinnamon.
Yes.
It's a spice. Now, typically the cinnamon that you do get that they use for flavoring is made from a different species, a cinnamon bark that is semi-toxic. You're going to have to get online and search for the type that isn't toxic. It's a little bit more expensive, but I will take cinnamon along with my berberine in the morning and at night, because the cinnamon actually tricks your body into thinking there's more insulin there than there actually is, because there's a chemical in the cinnamon which is very close to insulin.
Specifically, you want Ceylon,
Yes.
Ceylon cinnamon. It is in this particular one, sold on Amazon. What I like to do, here's how I do it. You get your black coffee. I use a French press because I'm fancy. But I grind my coffee in the morning. I put cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon, as well as monk fruit as a sweetener instead of sugar. Monk fruit, brown sugar, and the granulated is monk fruit, not sugar. Okay. It has erythritol in it. Then I add butter, appetite suppressant. So you've got the cinnamon, you've got the coffee for a little bit of energy boost, you've got the butter for appetite suppressant, you've got the cinnamon for everything we just discussed. Bam. And you've got the monk fruit apparently has some good properties to it as well for health. Also may help with inflammation and liver issues. So the monk fruit is actually beneficial as well, but it also adds sweetness to your coffee.
Also,
I drink that every morning.
Another
that
benefit
combo.
to cinnamon is it also helps protect your kidneys.
There you go.
So you're getting a double whammy right there. The next one, and most of you have not heard about this one, bitter melon. They've been using bitter melon to treat type 2 diabetes in India and China for thousands of years.
Yep. There you
Again, on Amazon for like $5.
Yeah. Piece of cake. And I will usually only take the bitter melon if during the day I had too many carbs. I will usually put bitter melon in my my stack before I go to sleep to bring the blood sugar down while I'm sleeping. So it is what it is. Have you heard about that one, Dave? Bitter melon?
I have, yes. And also milk thistle and dandelion root.
Yep.
Yep.
The milk thistle is more of a liver protectant.
There you go.
There it
This is definitely anti-inflammatory and helps in reversing some of that liver damage. Again, wherever you choose to shop, but super easy to get. See if it focuses here. This is a pretty good one. What is this? Zazie. This brand is pretty good. So easy to get.
And the best way that you can get dandelion root is to just go out in the wild and pick it yourself. Make sure that it is in a
non-fertilized area.
Wildflower.
Depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
Not around by me.
Don't pick your dandelions that grow in your yard, because those have been fertilized to hell.
And actually, I have dandelion root in my herbal tea. So I put 4 or 5 different types of stuff.
Yep. So if you guys decide to go out on a hike or whatever, go walk through a meadow or something, and you see some dandelions, pick them bastards, because dandelion root is pretty damn healthy for you.
All right.
And, ginger.
In the comments really quick too. I would avoid, especially if you have fatty liver or inflammation, I would especially advise against aspirin. Ibuprofen, if you have to. Aspirin is going to actually cause more inflammation long term.
Yeah. And here's another one that a lot of people don't seem to understand that goes a long way to knocking back a lot of that inflammation damage, is glutathione and NAC. NAC.
Yep.
Both of those are super antioxidants for the human body. And if you have inflammation going on in the background, you have to realize that along with inflammation comes damage, because your body's like, oh, something's fucked up, or it sends resources there, scar tissue, to stop the inflammation. And the longer it goes on, the more that crap accumulates. So there you go. You want the glutathione, basically, it stops a lot of that inflammation at at the chemical process level. It's an antioxidant. Because typically we live in an oxygen-rich environment, and as you age, your body rusts.
Yeah.
Called oxidization, and it actually does that.
I want to add another thing. I'm going to kind of break down mine very quickly, but if you plan on doing the ketogenic diet, which again, I highly recommend you look into, here's something you're going to want to add to this. Okay. You're going to want your electrolytes. What I do, this is exactly how I do it. I'm going to show you. So potassium, magnesium, this brand I find is a little rough on the stomach in the morning, especially if you haven't eaten. You should have food. If you eat this, you should, but I'm a masochist. I digress. So you want your potassium, magnesium in the morning, not in the evening, because it's going to affect your sleep cycle. Okay. Do not take that in the evening. You're going to want your apple cider vinegar before meals. If you want to do it in liquid, it's more effective with the mother. You can do it in tablet form as well. It's not as effective. I recommend, like they were saying, the actual liquid form as well. But you can supplement with this if you absolutely cannot stand the taste. For me, this is convenient, easy. I can take it, with me wherever I go, especially when I'm in an office. B12, of course, every day. Again, these are morning. Everything I'm showing you right now is morning. So all of these, potassium, magnesium for electrolytes, your B12, and of course, your apple cider vinegar before meals. Okay. Then in the evening, and again, some of these are just for maintenance. Some of these are for your metabolism and as well as your immune system. I like to take zinc in the evening. These are evening pills now. These are an hour or two before bed. Zinc, okay, again, helps with the immune system, so forth and so on. You can also add in D3 before bed. It's going to aid in sleep. Do not take this in the morning. Take this a few hours before bed. If you take this in the morning, you're going to find that you're very groggy throughout the day. Ask me how I know. Don't do that. Made that mistake. Okay. If you found that you do have fatty liver and you're struggling with gallbladder issues as well, Dr. Berg, most expensive thing I have on this list, gallbladder formula. You just type in Dr. Berg gallbladder formula on the internet. You'll find it. Okay. That's an evening pill as well. Evening pill, berberine. Okay. That's another one. We talk about bitter melon here briefly. That is an evening pill as well for me.
You have been.
You can take it in the morning. What's that?
You've been paying attention to the Popp lessons.
Finally, on the evening list is milk thistle. There you go.
All right,
and there it is.
He's pretty much covered everything right there. I mean, the only thing I can add on to that will assist with inflammation is there an enzyme called SERA peptase, serapeptase?
Oh, peptase, yes.
Yeah, that one goes a long way. It's a very potent anti-inflammatory, and it helps your body disassemble fibrin, which is the building block of scar tissue.
Mm. Another one, Pop, that you know more about than I do, but I've heard it goes along well with bile salts, which is what this gallbladder formula is. To break it down for you, it is pepsin, pancreatin, betaine hydrochloride. There's some fancy words in there. Ox bile extract, bile acid, and stone root with slippery elm. Okay. But another one they talk about is TUDCA taken along with this. If you are having those pains, that nerve thing I was talking about, it's weird. It's connected. It is. TUDCA with bile salts, definitely helpful.
Mm-hmm. I got one more here, and then we're going to go to super chats. All right. This is a herb from India. I'm going to spell it for you. BHIRINGRAJ. All right, now, this is one that you use if you already have actual liver damage. This is reported to assist your own body in regenerating areas in your liver that are legitimately already damaged. Please research it all for yourself. Just research it. Don't believe me at my word. Look it up for yourself. Okay? I'm not a doctor. We're not telling you to take any of this stuff. We're just recommending it because of our own experiences. We take this stuff. 2 more and we'll be done. Pantex, ginseng, and ginger.
Mm.
You cannot. They've been using ginger and ginseng in China for 4,000 or 5,000 goddamn years. There are a lot of benefits to those. They cannot hurt you at all, unless you decide to get stupid and eat 2 or 3 ounces at a
400
time.
pills.
Or decide to try to harvest it yourself in the backwoods of Appalachia and happen to stumble in a Mary Jane Do You Wanna field.
Yep.
Because them backwoods hillbillies, they know where to dig a hole.
Again,
where you want we pound.
1 in 3 Americans have this problem.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of single men and veterans who watch this show who do not have the benefit of having a woman at home or somebody to cook for them. Because let's face it, if you ate a absolute perfect balanced diet every day, you wouldn't need all of these supplements. But we don't. Most of the micronutrients in the food that you're supposed to have is no longer there. And you have to take measures to unfuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So please, just take this with a grain of salt, but in the back of your mind, realize that you could be one of the 3 out there, and you just don't know it yet. All right, let's get to some super chats.
All right. Yep, we had quite a few jump in here over on YouTube, but the first one here, Sean St. George, he's asking the real questions with 199. Rhino, do Bronto lives matter?
The answer, I've been waiting for this. The answer is no, because it doesn't exist. Just like the fat body positivity movement, it's false.
All
there
right.
you go.
Shark Dentures with $5 in the midst of my colon cleanse and prep for my colonoscopy tomorrow. So I guess I am doing the same thing as Biden in his State of the Union.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. Got a James L with $99.99 donation.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you very much.
He says, here's some support, bros. Well, yeah, thank you very much, sir. Good sir. My fellow Shaggy here jumping in. Shaggy Sunshine with $5. Gonna watch the quote unofficial advice for potential health problems I have. You did mention at least 1+ concerning things for me.
Good.
That's what we're here for, guys.
I'm not saying good that you have stuff you're concerned with.
Right.
I'm saying good that you realize that shit's fucking going south and you're taking steps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bringing attention to the discussions not being talked about. That's what we're here for. And Sean St. George coming back again. Just in case this isn't in the discussion, thoughts on intermittent or long-term fasting?
I love it. I do it all the time.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I do want to advise Pop. You actually brought this up the other day in the chat we had off air. Start slow. Do not go more than 48 hours to start. Okay. Your body needs to work its way into it. So start off with like maybe an afternoon, right? Getting an 8-hour window, then go into 24, then into 48 and ease into that. Don't just put your body into it because it's not going to understand what the hell's going on. And you're going to put yourself in shock doing that too. So ease into intermittent, but yes, it is great for you.
There you go. And Shaggy Sunshine coming back for $5. I read this one earlier. This one's pretty good. He says, I don't have a knife hand, Pop. I'm getting nurse practitioner Pop and his assistant Rhino. But in my case, I have been, it'll be fine. But probably not. I read that one earlier and I cracked up. That was funny.
That's good.
Let's see here. We've got G-Ski. Hey, how's it going there, brother? $10 says your liver may be healthy despite alcoholism. Don't judge me. But your pancreas and heart will suffer. Pancreatitis is miserable. Take heed, fellas. Sorry, the Rumbly app won't let me soupy chat until I work it out.
That's another thing that happens with irritated liver. A lot of times it cascades over into the pancreas.
Yep. There you go. And we got Fan I Am coming in with 3 in a row from Australia. There is first one with $5. Hemp seed oil is best. has the perfect 1-to-3 ratio of omega-3 and 6. Second is avocado oil.
Okay, cool.
Yep, there you go. And his second one here for $10 reduce. Above all, try to get your subs from the natural foods they come from. God didn't invent pills. We did. We are evil hairless monkeys. Otherwise, you'll end up with a lot of bottles and less money. Only if you can get them from food.
I will agree with that. Like I said, if you're in a bind and a pinch, this is subcutaneous B12. It's not going to hurt you. It's better than not having it at all. But yeah, if you can go to a natural grocer and pick a lot of this stuff up, of course it's better than something from Amazon. But for somebody like me, this is convenient, easy, and gets the job done.
So sometimes you have to make a deal or two with the devil to further your survival.
Fair enough.
You're not fully selling your soul, but
halfway.
I would say, $20 is $20.
Always, every time.
All right.
And Fan I Am's last chat here for $2 Aussie dues. Did you guys see the Aussie rugby in Vegas?
No, did not see that.
Nope. Did not. All righty. And we're jumping over to Rumblies and the Tumblies, making sure that I have the chat fully scrolled up so it's not jumping on me. Mick Top Mando with $1. Pop, don't hut shame these slurs. Hut spelled with 2 T's.
Jabba the Hutt.
Hut shame.
They wanna wonga.
Misawuka Han Solo. We got John Rain 80 with $5. Pop, you've done so much for me. I'm a Subscribe Star member. But this $5 is easy to give. From one retiree to another, 21 years in the Navy. Wish you the best.
Thank you very much, man.
John, send in an email to the redonkulas12 gmail.com. Let us know your screen name over there and whatnot. If you want to get in the Gilded chat, we can get you in there. A lot of good stuff going on over there, man. Again, supporters, if you guys are supporters on Subscribe Star Locals or Give Send Bro, shoot an email over to redonkulas12 gmail.com. I'll keep checking it daily. I try to do that every day. If you guys put your screen names in there, if you guys want to join in the Gilded, it's a Discord adjacent kind of thing. Real easy to use. We got a lot of good guys in there and whatnot. So real good. Even Rhino's got his own server there too. So if you want to jump in and bug too.
It's very interesting.
It is. It is an acquired taste, but it's a good taste.
Very acquired.
Phrasing.
Ah.
Net guy 1975 with $2. Let's see. Pop played Billy Von. That one I don't think we can. I don't think we can get away with that one because we are still on YouTube.
Yeah, we get a strike.
But if you guys over the weekend or probably tomorrow night, I think I will download that video and throw it through the editing software. And you guys over on Rumble, you'll have yourself a new placeholder.
All right.
Winning.
Nice.
Let's see. Net guy 1975 coming back. Give Send Go to raise money to have Pop sing the song in the safety briefing by Billy Bomb Bomb is real. No freaking way.
Wait, what?
There's no way I'm saying. The only thing I sing is cadence, and it's only when I'm marching or running.
Listen, people would pay good money to see you sing.
It's real. It's real.
God.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing
yeah, there is
real. Oh my god, that is hilarious.
That is fucked up, man.
That's fucked up, man.
That's a bunch of cocks.
Oh, that's funnier than hell. Come on, guys. USD $1,000 and Pop's gonna see.
No. Move along.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
No, I'm not doing it.
We'd have to get to the costume
not doing
for Pop. Come on, man.
All right, move along.
All right,
You heard the man.
All right, let's see. We got Shut a Man Sharon here with $5. Got says liver cirrhosis is inflammation of the liver, so anti-inflammatory foods, spices, and herbs may help. Turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, garlic, cayenne, black pepper, and clove are known for this. Yep.
I take all of that shit too. So
all of that, but clove for me. But yeah.
Yep. Okay. Net guy is 1975 coming back. Reasons you need to be skinny. You might have to run from a blue dildo that may or may not be wielded by AOC.
That's number one for sure.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And again, rule number one of Zombieland is cardio.
Cardio.
The first to go were the fatties.
Yeah.
Got Shadow Mancer Charon coming back, $5. Just beware of the other benefits of those spices as they may be bad for you. Yes, my sister is, as a matter of fact, is allergic to cinnamon. For example, ginger lowers blood pressure. Eat too much and it will put you down if you have a problem with blood pressure. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. I got a net guy coming back. So Pop, you will make it to 75. Awesome. 19 more years to go to watch your show.
I don't want to make it to 75.
85 then.
No, shut up. Come on. Stop it.
Let's see. MGTOW Mando coming back. Pop, did you do that at the bar or the bar? Or playing with the BAR at your local range?
Probably the BAR at the local range. I would love to get my hands on a full auto BAR and like 1,000 rounds of 30-06 at the range. That would be awesome.
That's a lot of reloading for a 20-round box mag, but
yeah, I know. Well, I found the actual bar in the Q course when I was going through Special Forces school. That's the only time I ever fired that platform.
That would be fun. Maybe we could even get some APIs or some tracer rounds. Winning. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Got a Proud Australian 85 with $20. Some cash to keep the lights on in an Australian rugby jersey Pop was wearing.
I love these jerseys.
Yep. Thank you and keep spreading the good word.
Well, we're doing the best we can, bro.
Yep. Doing what we can. Share the videos, guys. Share the live streams. It's up to you guys to get the word out because Big Tech is giving us the permanent proverbial penis punch.
Yep. And a penis slap.
And definitely giving us the old dick slap too. Let's see. Mando coming back with the $2. He's 5'6", 5'7", and currently weighs 173. He's trying to get down to 160, then work on rebuilding some muscle. I am 42 years old and 20 days from being officially retired from the Army.
Ooh.
Winning.
You are in the white, either you're on terminal leave or you are going through post clearing all the bullshit right now.
From the conversations we've had, he is going through the post clearing because they fucked up his retirement packet a couple times.
Yeah, he's post clearing.
Yep. So,
all right. So he's clusterfuck retired.
Yes.
Yep. And one of these days we're going to have him and Crusader Nate on a stream, and it's going to be a Make Pop Puke stream.
Please don't.
Because the stories that those two guys have told us.
I don't want to hear it.
Dear God.
Please stop.
So Pop, you have to be there, is what he's saying.
You have to be there.
Live. We're doing it live. There's a preamble.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
There it is.
I just want to torment you all the time. What the fuck's wrong with you guys, man?
Oh, it's funny, man.
Live the fuck with me. It's
yes.
I understand I'm like the proverbial older brother, but come on, man.
That's what we do, man.
That's all
Let's
good,
see.
man. You guys are
got
all good.
Timothy Seal back with $5. You need to post that anti-cancer diet somewhere.
Yeah. You are correct.
I believe
put that on the website.
I believe it might be in with the links on the website. If not, I can go back and get that on there. So let me know.
And it has worked twice for people I know. So,
fuck yeah! All right, we got Wendy 48088 with a $50 donation. Let's see, where's it? There it is.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, thank you, Wendy. She says, appreciate the diet and healthy weight advice. Here's a donation to keep the podcast going. Hell yeah.
All
You guys
right.
are awesome. We appreciate all your guys' donations and whatnot. Keeps the lights on, keeps us going. Got Shadowmancer coming back with $2. There's plenty of anti-inflammatory foods like tomatoes, olive oil, green leafy veggies like spinach, fatty fish like sardines.
Mediterranean diet right there. Yeah.
Yep. And fruits like strawberries. Again,
Okay. I love strawberries.
Work them into your diet like medicine. Yes.
Now, quickly, when we talk about Mediterranean diet, be careful what sugar content is in the things you're eating. So, for example, tomatoes, within reason, they do have a sugar content. Berries are usually safe. A lot of fruits, though, especially if you're dealing with fatty liver, are a no-go. You want to stay away. Orange juice, let me tell you the most toxic drink in the world. It's orange juice, followed by Gatorade, believe it or not. Those are just sugar factories of straight go fuck your liver. Okay? Don't do those.
Good description.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like it. I like it.
So you got a Shellback Studs coming in with the $25. Says he's got to run. He's going to catch up tomorrow. So here's a $25. Perfect video for tonight's stream.
Oh, no. We know she's got a fatty liver along with her fatty tits.
When did this become a thing? That is awful.
You've been away for too long, Rhino. You need to come back.
That's awful.
You need to rejoin the fold.
It's
no.
And not the folds within the Hillbilly Hillary.
No, all I saw was the folds. I can't even think about the fold after that.
God. Let's see. Proud Australian 85 coming back, $20. Dr. Cat Paws, roll that bitch in flour to find the wet spot. Seems like one of the hogs Pop went for his youth.
No. That's way out of the hog sling days of my youth. Maybe in my late 20s, I might have fell onto one of those once or twice when I was too drunk. But,
sweet.
What can I say?
Shut up, man. You're going to hurt her feelings.
Listen, man. Great lasagna. What can I say?
Hey, man, if her lasagna is good, she's a 3.
Listen, a woman who can cook is gonna add, a woman that cooks well, you can add 2 look points onto her. So she's a 4 and she cooks really good. That woman's a 6. I'm just saying. In my book, at least.
I'm doing, the math checks out for me, at least.
In fact, I should probably do another looks factor.
I hear the Sesame Street count, or the count. 1, 2,
Just don't give her the 10, Dick.
No.
Let's see. Laser coming in with a $75. You guys are killing it tonight. Thank you guys so much.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah. Says bonus came in and got a raise. Fuck yeah, winning, bro.
Oh, love
it. 50 for the crew and 25 for RPR to pour one out and have one in remembrance. I would go grab a beer, but I gotta read super chats.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, let's see here. Anything else over here on Rumble here? Let's see. Yep, we got Mando coming back. Sounds like a lot of 304s do the paleo diet. Lots of meat and nuts, possibly a kitty or 2, if they are liver lickers or switch hitters as well.
That's so bad. Accurate.
You need to send me an email with that exact phrasing to redonkulas12@gmail.com. I'm going to add that to the fucking book. That's comedy gold. You win a gold star tonight, gentlemen.
Yep.
That was hilarious.
Mando is also a part of the Gilded community, and if you need a dad joke or a cringe joke or something,
Wait.
What?
Full screen me.
Hang on.
He knows. Full screen me for a second. That is the first dad joke you have ever done, and I'm gonna remember and laugh about. Thank you for that.
All right.
There you go. But yeah, Mando is in our the Gilded community. Like I said, email us at redonkulas12@gmail.com. If you guys are supporters on Locals, Subscribestar, or Give Some Bro, sign up. We suggest Locals. It's the best one. Subscribestar, Give Some Bro, in that order. But we can get you guys in there. Like I said, it's like a Discord app. So if you know how to run Discord, it's simple as shit.
You are on one of those three. If you're a supporter and you're not in the Gilded chat, just send an email to Redonkulas12. I will forward it to Jimmy, and we will get you in there. It's not a big deal.
Yep. Yep. No problem. Just have to double check, make sure that, double check, make sure we know who you are and whatnot, make sure all that good shit. So, but good shit's going on there, man. Like we even do after parties.
Oh yeah. That's a thing now.
Speaking of after party, well, probably not tonight. We're running a little bit late, but we usually do them. Me, Rhino, the other guys.
I mean,
and whatnot,
I do not have work tomorrow technically, so up to you.
There you go. Well, maybe me and Rhino and Dave can hang out for a little while with you guys. Let's see, Gendai 351 coming in. So Rhino, how do you like your new pee break? Gendai's doing work for you.
Which one was it? Trying to think. It's been a while. I've been on hiatus.
He started a new job.
I'm sure it's in the Gilded somewhere.
No, he did one. It was pretty good, but I can't. Yes, pretty much anything Gendai has done lately has been gold.
What's
the latest one?
He is following in the footsteps of Billy Von Baum. So.
No, it was a clusterfuck. I remember this last one. I did it on the last show I did, actually, before we went on hiatus. Yeah, no, check it out. We're gonna be back soon. Not to worry. I'll play that pee break next episode.
There we go. Winning. All right, we got a Tomahawk coming in with $10. Missed the show till now because reasons. Had to catch the replay. Yeah, no problem. Have some shekels, you sexy bitches. And he wants one of these.
Oh, here we go. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
sorry. I can only play 10 seconds of that because that one's even worse than Hillbilly Hillary, in my opinion.
Why?
Because Nancy is a nasty.
Just why?
Sounds refreshing, but it really isn't.
Let's see. Mando coming back in with the last super chat over on Rumble tonight. Looks like said sent the last chat to both Rhino and Redonkulas 12.
All right, thank you.
There we go. All righty. How's MGTOW.tv going tonight? I'm pretty sure you guys are behaving in the chat. You're totally not sharing all kinds of certain things that would get us banned off of all other platforms. But hey, MGTOW.tv for the win. Winning.
All right.
Let's see. Single for Life comes with 2 in a row. Is first one. Hey, Pop, having an argument with a woman. I was winning, so she said I had little dick energy. I told her that even the Empire State Building looks small in the Grand Canyon. She looked confused, so I told her she had a Grand Canyon poussée energy. She walked away.
Nice! Oh, yeah! That is good shit right there.
Oh, man. Do we have it on here? I'm not sure if we got it. Yeah.
All right.
And just remember, there is a Give, Send, Go fundraiser for Pop to sing the safety briefing dance.
I'm not doing that. Not doing it.
For $1,000, sure you would.
No, don't make it deals for me. Okay, I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
All righty.
All right,
And Singer for Life, his second one for $2. He says he's given his sympathies towards you, Rhino. I'm starting to catch your fucking twisted tongue there, you bastard.
Both caught it.
Thank you.
Damn it. Let's see. You got a Crazy Uncle here for $10. When I went to BCT, I was around 240, 250 pounds at 6 foot tall. My drills told the platoon they will not touch bread, cereal, desserts, soda, and even had us turn in the candy from the MREs. Had no problem giving the drills the roles of the charms.
Mm-hmm.
When I left BCT AIT after 14 weeks, I weighed 168 pounds, cutting my 2-mile run from 26 minutes to sub 13s.
Yep.
It can be done with discipline. The key for civilians is to recognize your trigger and adjust it from there.
Yeah, they did the same thing to me when I went to PLDC, which is E5 Sergeant School. So I just came back from Ranger School and I blew up to like 192 pounds. And I was so fat that my squad leader told me to hide in the barracks during a Class A inspection. And he literally sent me to PLDC with an envelope. And on that envelope was, because the guy running, PLDC was a former Ranger and he was basically retiring in like 18 months. He's like, "Hey, Pop, come here. You got an envelope for me?" I hand it to him. He opens it up. "If I see you eat anything other than skim milk and chicken and white rice, I will smoke you to die." And he literally crumples up the thing and throws it in my face.
Mm.
And guess what? I was 168 when I left PLDC 4 weeks later. It does fucking work.
There you go. And if all else fails, just buy yourself a mirror and learn to give yourself a solid knife hand every now and then.
Yep.
Especially if you happen to find a tub of mint chocolate chip and empty Pop-Tart wrapper.
That was a bad day, man.
That picture Blake took is priceless, man. That was funnier and shit.
Shut up.
Let's see. Got Mountain Man 9395 coming in. Says, my condolences to you and your family, Red Pill Rhino, for the loss of your grandfather.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, guys. Awesome. See, Mountain Man coming back again. Gentlemen, if you have a commercial's driver's license like I've had for 29 years, you must check with your state requirements for the top BMI limit before you go in for your 2-year required medical exam to maintain your CDL.
Wow. I didn't know they actually enforce fat assery in truck driving.
As someone that has been a mechanic on semi-trucks and trailers for going on 14 years now, and has worked at a truck stop that was right outside of where I-80 and I-76 merge, you see a lot of traffic. And some of the drivers, holy shit, man. Yeah, I'm just saying this as a warning. If you see a semi on the interstate or whatnot, give it a wide berth because you don't know who is driving it. Could be a guy that's been driving for 50 years, not a single mark on his record. Perfect. Fine. Still give him the berth. It could be some guy that came over that may or may not have just flown in on a magic carpet and he cannot speak English. Like I said, give trucks wide berths. Don't play stupid with physics because you're going to lose every time.
That's right.
It's bad. Let's see. Crazy Uncle coming back with $5. Restocked his supplements for the month. I'm wondering if I should put them in a bowl with milk and eat them with a spoon. Sounds familiar?
You got me.
There you go. I got a Kira Ninja 00 coming in with $5. Hey, Pop. I use a lot you have talked about, and I use Neto Kinese. Yeah, there you go. That word. Gee, a word with that many syllables and Pop can pronounce it and I can't. Oh, fuck. Someone call Satan, see if his AC is working. For lowering my overall cholesterol.
Nice.
And I use turmeric for my joint inflammation. It's 1,000 milligrams of berberine plus cinnamon. Too much for my type 2 diabetes.
No, it's not. You should be fine.
Yeah. All right, here we go. And we got Moisture Patrol with $25. Last one over here on MGTOW. Another nice treat, butter coffee in the morning. Unsalted, of course, unless you haven't tried it. It's almost indistinguishable from using cream, rich and an appetite suppressant, at least in my case. Rhino did cover those earlier either. All righty, we'll jump over to Odyssey here. And I don't want to be the guy that drops this info on you. Blake is the one that did it, but let's just say the chats that come in with less than one library coin is pretty sad. But I will let Blake inform you guys.
Yeah, we'll put that out next week. We're going to change some policies because we burned through a lot of time on Odyssey, and I mean, one library coin is like 1/6 of 1 penny.
Yeah, I believe it takes 6 library coins to equal 0.004 cents.
Yeah, we'll put it out next week.
All right, and before I forget, Pop, I do want to thank you and Blake for your help this last week. We had some issues out there, so thank you for putting me in touch with the proper people. I do want to thank you for that.
We'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. But I'll burn through these over here on Odyssey. Again, we got to do some policy changes here, guys. But if you guys don't want to donate through Library Coin, you can always donate actual cash. I know you guys. We'll figure something out. Make sure that you guys are doing good. Let's see here. Yeah, 68 Barracuda Fastback listening to Cappy right now. He better talk fast at 1.5 speed. Pop, did you get the damn post office yet?
I did. I got all this stuff. I mean, I've got a bunch of radios. Somebody sent me some whiskey infused with sage. I got the squirrel targets because you guys think I can't shoot squirrels for practice. I got a bunch of different spices here. I got some handmade soap, which I'm going to use when I work on my car and stuff because it's really good at taking grease off your hands. What else? Oh man, the whole place is just full of stuff, man. I am beyond grateful for everything you guys send. I really am, and I am glad I'm able to help you guys in return because. Oh yeah,
kind of sucks that Blake did end up finding the Bird Dog whiskey because I was actually I was enjoying sending you guys a bottle every now and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think I turned him into an alcoholic.
No.
Wow.
Because he likes his whiskey now. don't like.
Wow. There you go.
I'll be back in just a second. Hang on.
There you go. Barracuda's second comment here. So you're saying that your liver was the cheerleader, not the quarterback, and she was being spit roasted at the fire station, like your ex, allegedly?
Well, if you want to put it that way, I guess.
There you go.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Ali Card with 2 in a row here. Mom, mother of monsters. She called. She wants Pop to sing. Well, Pop has already sung.
I'm singing.
One is enough. I think we've tortured Pop enough with only the handful of videos.
Whoever did Billy Von Bob made that singing Pop thing?
Yes, he did.
God damn.
Yes, he did. And if you guys pause it at the right moment when the audience is there, you will see Killary, AOC, but if you look behind them and to the right, you'll see her familiar face. Let me know if you know who it is. Let's see. Ali Card is second comment here. Governor of New York deployed National Guard to the subway. Your thoughts?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, that's what happens when you turn,
Well, you allow an invasion to take place, and yeah,
you completely dismantle and neuter the police. You give criminals a slap on the wrist. You disregard the violence acted out against certain people of a certain color. You let go people of a certain color that do crimes. And now you have National Guard checking your bags. I'm sorry, but if you count that all up, if you add that up there, you carry the 2, divide by 3, add the 9. That's how you come up with the equation of a police state.
Well, here's the thing with the National Guard doing all of the searches and shit. Those are all, federal lawsuits unless she declares martial law. If she declares martial law, then there's a way around it. But literally, what's going on there, they could wind up with 100,000 goddamn fucking civil rights lawsuits on top of all of the money that's being wasted in New York State right now.
And to be honest, they do it during the day,
Mhm.
which okay, it's going to stop some crime. Remind me again, Pop, what time of day does most crime take place at?
Usually after about 10 o'clock at night.
There you go. Let's see. You got Agent of Social Media Chaos with 2 in a row. He's got a part 1 and a part 2 here. It says, first one, I'm trying to create a new word I could use to help the dyslexicist. Which word sounds better? Hollywoodify or Hollywoodize? Definition is to make something more Hollywood via infiltration by Hollywood celebrities and their normie followers.
Hollywoodize, I think, works.
Yep, that'll work.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. And his follow-up one, he says, examples. There was an anime awards show recently filled with Hollywood celebrities that had nothing to do with the anime industry at all, circle jerking themselves. Basically the Oscars, but for anime series instead of Hollywood movies.
I don't watch any of that shit. I don't watch any award, anything. It's so fucked up. They could suck it. I'm done.
It's just a room full of alleged pedophiles and
it's a bunch of lying pretenders patting each other on the fucking back while trying to sell you lies and propaganda. Yep. Fuck them.
The best way I can describe Hollywood is go find the Futurama episode where Bender becomes a person of the paparazzi. Find it, watch it, thank me later. Let's see. He finishes up with they're trying to Hollywoodize the anime industry.
Well, it's not going to work. It's already failing in Hollywood.
Yep. How many things do you want to see go bankrupt is my question.
Oh, the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to see all kinds of these woke companies go under.
Yep.
All of it. Oh, did you guys hear about the Doritos company debacle?
Cool. Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Show.
Find that. It's bad. Let's see. The garbage can. Pop. I have the same issue, fatty liver, and they're trying to push a transplant on me. Do I get any instruction from the docs regarding diet, thou salts, and
no.
Oh, thou shalt and thou shalt nots? No,
of course not.
Do I get lots of recommendations for tests? Oh hell yeah! They like to run
money.
They like to run up the tab and not actually help.
If your liver is that fat and it's fucking up that bad, I'm going to be honest. You should probably go on a serious long-term fast. And your body, it's called apoptosis. Your body will reclaim a lot of dead cells or cells that aren't working anymore, and even scar tissue, and use it to power your body.
I'm gonna jump in as well. The fasting, of course, is great, but I would break it up into sections, like I said, so you don't put your body in shock. When you do eat, make it within an 8-hour window, even a 4-hour window if you can. And when you eat, make sure it's a whole food. And by whole food, I don't mean 80% of the grocery store. I mean the 20%. Vegetables, leafy greens, and meats. That's it. That's it. Don't touch anything else in between your fast. If this is serious to you and you don't want to go under the knife, that is my advice. Fast and then food.
That's right.
Food. Fast food.
The only thing in the middle of the grocery store in the aisles is death.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yep. It's my opinion.
It might be a fact, but yes. Allegedly.
All right, let's go through these super chats. Yeah.
Let's see. Barracuda Fastback coming back in. Interesting that this subject came up. I just saw a video yesterday by a 600+ pound guy who is super happy and excited that he can now stand up without using his hands. And he can hang for about 2 seconds. He is making progress and improving himself. It was good to hear that.
Well, I wish him success. I really do. But that is very, very hard to do.
Yep. Let's see. Barracuda coming back in. He said, Sure you haven't, quote, mastered baiting the rods on the gay cruise?
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
There you go. Let's see. You got a Cucamonga 41, $25 library coins. There we go. Those are the kind of donations that will get shout out in the future. Thank you guys. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's see. And Barracuda's got the link. Let's see. That is an X link. Yeah. Well, we're running low on time, so sorry we won't be able to open that one up. Got Ali Card 2 in a row. Learn natural medicine. It's good it's good skill to learn.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Briefly touching on that, your healthcare professional, I touched on it earlier. Most of these doctors do not understand healthy diet. They understand Mediterranean's been talked about. They understand whole foods and grains.
Or the
a lot of these a lot of these doctors will lead you to the grave faster if you listen. So find a doctor that understands the science of food that you can trust. That I highly recommend.
For every naturally occurring disease, there is a naturally occurring cure for it.
Facts.
That is true.
All right.
Let's see. Ali Card says it's a good idea to grow your own mushrooms for health and medicine. Yep.
I can't argue with that.
Oh, God.
What? What?
Strawberry milk from the ass.
Oh! Oh, God!
I'll give you 2 guesses on who that is.
Yeah, we know who that is. Just read it.
Hey, you butt fuckers of the dick hole and fat pill Rhino. Memes and butt shipment in the gay mail.
Jackal.
I hate how retarded the average person has become. My patience is tested every day. There's going to be a point where the youngins are going to be telling us some older dumbasses not how to suck.
Wow.
Not wrong. Oh, yeah, I don't think we're going to get to your memes there, Jackal, but I will give you a golf clap for the scream name change. Because that is horrendous.
It's horrendous.
And again, Jackal is a part of the Gilda community, so if you have a sick sense of humor, you and him will get along just fine.
Oh, very well.
Very well. Ali Card coming back. You're not selling your soul to the devil, but asking to do a job in exchange for what you need to survive.
Fair enough.
Even better. Okay, so that's a little bit better comparison to all that, to my Amazon comment. Had to think about that one for a second. Let's see. Barracuda's coming back. Hey, Red Pill Rhino. I hate orange juice and I don't touch gay or AIDS.
I like it.
How does grapefruit juice stand on that juice list?
I'm not an expert in juices, but I will tell you, I would stick to water, black tea, black coffee. That's just my recommendation.
Can't go wrong with that.
All the juices are going to have acid. It's all going to have its, and it's just going to stay away from like anything with acid and pulp. It's not going to help.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. There was actually a time where I enjoyed my orange beers and not the red beers.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of orange juice in with your beers. It doesn't hurt. Great for breakfast, especially when you're camping. Let's see here. Fock for Life with $5. He says, check the email, a pick for Red Pill Rhino. Let's see here.
We do have some cash apps here too.
Yep. We're going to get to those right here momentarily here. I do not see. Yep. I'm not seeing your screen name there, Fock. So resend it again. We'll get to it in a future episode. So apologies for missing that one here tonight. And well, Ali Card is wanting one, so we're going to give him one. But we're just going to give him the short one because I'm selfish.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Ugh. I like it.
Never gets old. All righty, let's see. That looks like that's it for Odyssey. I'm just gonna jump right back to YouTube. We're gonna go back, run back through here, make sure I don't miss any of you guys' chats here. Starting back on YouTube, got Shaggy Sunshine coming back. Actually, let me do this first. If Rumble will stop fucking itself, I'm gonna have to scroll up. I'll look through those later. Shaggy Sunshine coming back with $2. Pop 2048 for president. Keep poop alive.
Dude,
keep Pop alive.
There's no way I could get into political office with all of the shit I said online. Not with the way it is today. They would fucking crucify me.
Joe Biden has said some pretty heinous stuff, yet he's, quote, president.
I know, but
speaking of which, the State of the Union address was tonight, but I can give you guys a
was it?
It was. I can give you guys a brief rundown of it. Truman is under some pressure, and the MAGA Republicans, and
you're probably
By the way,
not wrong.
I saw the email, not the one that was sent for me, but yes, thou may ingest a satchel of Richards is on my desk now. Yes.
Yeah. So basically the State of the Union address went something like this.
Fair enough.
There you go. You're caught up.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Fan I am with $2 Australians. Sun-dried tomatoes is high in lycopene, great for prostate.
In your eyeballs.
Yep. Good for your asshole and your eyeballs. Seriously short of normal, $5. Can confirm keto works. Didn't change anything other than my diet. No sugar and very limited carbs. Lost 35 pounds in 3 months.
Wow.
Excellent.
That's
very
pretty
I
good.
miss bread.
All right.
See, well, if you're a skinny fuck like me, you can eat basically anything you want and it doesn't matter.
All right, let's read those. We caught up on all the super chats.
Let's see here. It looks like that's it for Rumble is all caught up there, and it looks like MGTOW is also caught up. All righty, we'll jump up here to the Cash Apps now.
There we go.
Let's see, we got Bourbon Stew at $25 for 61. Morbidly obese. Knife hand, please.
Unfuck yourself.
There you go. Nice and short.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Send me an email in regard to redonkulas12@gmail.com. Tell me your situation. I'll see if I can help you out with any advice.
Also, FOC for life. That can't be on the internet ever, but we did get the email. That's awful. Thank you for that terrible, terrible image. So
be sure to save that and share it in the Gilded.
That's not safe for anywhere. Okay.
Well, we might have to take a.
It's bad.
Offline.
No, you don't want to look at it. Don't open that email. It's bad.
All right, don't open it. Let's move on.
I'm curious. Let's see here.
No.
All right, let's see. Got okay. That was just the receipt of the Cash App there. I almost read that twice there. So you got Susan McCarley sending in $20. She says a few shots for Rhino's grandpa.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rhino has told me quite a bit about his grandfather, and he sounds like quite the man. Oh my God.
I told you not to open that shit. I told you, didn't I?
All right.
That's so bad.
Get through the Cash Apps. Don't let the mental scarring get in the way. We can cover that after.
Proceed.
All right. I think we're all caught up. We're all caught up on the Cash Apps. I'll jump through the.
So bad.
I'll jump through the chats one more time here just to make sure that we're not missing anything. And I should have heeded your warning there, Rhino.
I told you it's not safe for anywhere.
Fuck! What in the fuck, man? Jesus Christ, my guy.
That's the
yeah,
worst
nice.
thing I've seen.
Jesus. Yeah, right. Pop, don't open that that top
won't.
one with
Don't.
don't do it.
Promise
don't,
you it's not
Will
worth
not.
it.
don't do it. All right, I think we are all caught up. It looks like we're all good here. Let's see, got no lemons over on D Live, and looks like Twitch is pretty quiet. So, yep, I believe we are ready to call for a night. So,
All
Pop,
right.
give us a safety briefing.
Safety briefing. Do not drink and drive or drink and swim. Not going to work out for you. If you have to fornicate, wear a condom, please. And flush it down the toilet and watch it go with you. If it's an older woman, please use the phrase, would you eat old gas stations sushi? Probably wouldn't. Therefore, push that old pussy away because it is beyond its expiration date and you don't need a ring of fire to prove it.
Take notes, Rhino.
Rack up, pack up, and stack up. Travel in groups. Maintain your situational awareness because if somebody is going to attack you, more than likely the environment will be different and it's on you to see it. All right. With that being said, crazy times are coming. Stock up. Make plans because you don't want to be caught out in the open thumbjacking your shit box when the freedom seeds get released into the wild. It's not going to work out for you. Just saying.
No.
All right.
And Rhino,
Yeah.
words of wisdom from you tonight, good sir. Or any
Well,
shout-
this is pretty cool. He wore this every day for years and years. So this is his little hat with his stuff on it. So
it's fucking awesome.
Safe at home.
Make sure you put that in the casket with them.
This is actually going to be saved here. So
I was gonna say that better be part of the setup there, man. Because
I would
that's
advise
fucking awesome.
Just because this is how I am. Typically, when I have to put a friend into the ground, I usually will throw a weapon into the casket so they can go to Valhalla. But that's just
an idea.
That's just you. Alrighty. Dave, any words of wisdom from the supplements, the supplement fairy?
Take some take some ginseng and beetroot for that energy and liver so you can wage administrative lawfare against the powers that be.
There you go. Alrighty. The
Got
evil
it,
button.
Tinkerbell? No.
Yep. The evil button pushing monkey doesn't have any words of wisdom because, well, I use words, but I don't have wisdom. But I try to apply them in the same sentence. And on that note, see you on Tuesday, gentlemen.
Take it easy. Thank you for showing up.